Hey, how's it going? It's here. It's the 4th of July, Independence Day, and I'm here with my British compatriot, Lisa Doop.
Sure. Lisa Doop.
You're a little quiet. Let me turn you up. And we're finally going to beat Liberty's Kids. It's been 4 years of us playing this every 4th of July, and we have one more level to play. So, but the pattern of this is the first stream we played through half the game. The second stream we played through half of what was left of that, and then the third stream we played through one level. Which means the pattern would be today we end up playing through half, which is not. I don't even know if that's possible. So hopefully that won't happen. But this has been a long time coming, and I have a lot of snacks prepared that call back on the previous snack break streams. Hang on, I gotta lock in right for a second so that I don't lose my mind from the noise. Okay. Because last year I thought it was going to be the last Liberty's Kids stream, and I tried the Cheez-It tostada from Taco Bell because that was what I wanted to get the first year. Do you remember this? I wanted to try this on the first Liberty's Kids stream because I thought it was a taco filled with a cracker is the most American thing possible, but it wasn't sold anywhere near me.
Huh.
You remember
Vaguely
that?
familiar.
Then last year, the final Liberty's Kids stream, it was finally available, so I tried it. I feel like there was something wrong with it. I don't know. Oh, I had ordered a plain Cheez-It too, and they didn't give it to me. But what were you gonna say?
This is the post-game content. This is, this is the sequel, the legacy sequel to Liberty's Kids.
Well, it's still part of the game.
Finale last. This was the finale. That was the real finale last year. This is the bonus.
I don't think they sell the big Cheez-Its anymore, but I made sure to buy some while they were still for sale, and I've been keeping them in the freezer until today. I thawed them out last night, and I toasted them up right before the stream, and I fucking burned them.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, for my luck, yeah. But there they are, and I have some other big Cheez-Its to compare them to. Extra big. I don't have any regular sized Cheez-Its, unfortunately. And I also have an egg salad sandwich, and I'm gonna try... I'm gonna put one of them in the middle. At first I was thinking, oh, I'll do like an open face. I'll do the egg salad on top of one of the Cheez-Its, but I think I'll just put it in the middle of the sandwich. So here's our, for comparison, here's our, not normal Cheez-It, big Cheez-It. Extra big Cheez-It. These are called extra big Cheez-Its. These are just, I don't know, Cheez-Its. Size difference, and this isn't even a normal, this is already a big Cheez-It. Can you see, by the way, Lisa?
Crazy. I can see the Cheez-Its.
They do sell Cheez-Its that look extra toasty like this, so this isn't that bad, but I wish I had taken it out earlier. My toaster oven fucking sucks. I have a baseline crunch to compare it to there. Okay. I'm gonna bite the non-burnt end. Much flakier. I figured I had to put it in the toaster oven. A little saltier too, I guess, because there's more salt. Maybe? I don't know. I figured I had to put it in the toaster oven because it was going to be soft from being in the fridge. Unfortunately, a little smoky, but... I'm not sure I want to put this in the middle of my egg salad sandwich. Would you like a bite, Lisa?
Yum.
Oh, I wish it wasn't burnt. This fucking sucks.
There's always next year.
No, there's not. This is the last one.
Sure it is.
This would be so decadent if it wasn't burnt. The luxury of eating a cheese at this size. It's like have you seen those like party platter Pop-Tarts they sell?
No. The Pop-Tarts aren't common here.
Oh. Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen these in person. Did you see that video of the like Pop-Tart sacrificing itself to get eaten at like a Super Bowl game or something?
There's a commercial?
No, it was like there's a game, and they have like a giant toaster, and there's like a guy in a Pop-Tart mascot costume, and like yeah, and then lowered in, and then a giant Pop-Tart with a face on it like comes out, and it's like this big sheet cake Pop-Tart that everyone's like grabbing and pulling apart. There was like a ritual they did at this game. Here's my egg salad sandwich. I don't got a burger or anything like that. Unfortunately. Alright, let's see. It certainly improves on the cheese, but I don't know if it improves on the egg salad. Because honestly, because it's burnt, it's not very good. I don't know if it would be good if it wasn't. I think maybe it would. Something about something about it being kind of burnt and ashen makes it almost herby. Herbaceous? Is that herbaceous is a word, right? Lisa?
Mm-hmm.
This is the extra burnt part. I gotta wash it down, so I have yet another thing to bring this full circle. I don't remember what years we tried what, but there was the Mountain Dew Summer Freeze, which is back, and I think it's the same flavor. And it's flavored after Rocket Pops. And of course, we also tried the Arizona Chillsicle, which was flavored after Rocket Pops. And I've been saving this Frost Chillsicle, which I think is a different version of it. And so now we have these to compare. I'll try the Frost Chillsicle first, I guess. I don't know. It's a juice cocktail, but it's flavored like a popsicle. I'm imagining this is going to taste like a watered down, uncarbonated version of this. I don't know how if it's any different from the Chillsicle. I don't have that to compare it to.
Mm-hmm.
This smells like syrup. It's good. It tastes a little bit like a Bomb Pop. I almost feel they both the flavor of the Bomb Pop is diluted in both of them. This is diluted by like sugar, and the other one's diluted by water. I'm just realizing, I think I had 2 because I wanted to try one and save the other one indefinitely. I just ate both of them.
Classic.
And burned them too.
Well, you know, there are many things in life that we have to think about.
There are many big Cheez-Its.
Many big Cheez-Its in life.
I'm trying to collect the crumbs. I have 2 other things. Should I save it for after?
Yes.
Okay. Stay tuned for that. These other 2 snacks are not full circle anything. They're just other red, white, and blue things that were around. I'm assuming that... No, it would all be the same dimensions. I gotta fix this. I don't know why. Or how.
Or what?
How am I gonna fucking fix this? I'm gonna press play. It's in the fucking... The CD-ROM is in! Alright, exit that. I'm just gonna pull it up the normal way. Hmm?
Normal style.
What would you know about that? Okay, yeah. Wait, you have the right controls? Yeah.
The mouse game, right?
Another exciting...
Yeah. Moses was gonna say, another exciting assignment has just appeared on the bulletin board. Something, something. Is Tad online?
If there is a new assignment on the bulletin board, you can investigate that story. If there is no new assignment, finish working on your current story. You can also select a finished front page to see it or print it out.
All right. You think the number
Let's
of
go to York.
the number? Do you think the number of newspapers sold is based on the quality of our work?
Probably. Yeah.
Our battle
Or
of
at least
Earthtown.
the funny
I
papers.
just
The funny
received word
papers we
that the
got in there.
American and French forces have achieved an astounding victory in Virginia. The British Army may be surrendering. Some are saying that this might mean the end of the war.
Oh, I pray
I
that
hope
they're
so.
right. America has seen enough bloodshed in its fight for liberty.
Victory! This is the story to end all stories. We need to get to Virginia and get that scoop.
Except it wasn't even the
We
last
need to
episode of
find
the
out
show.
all the details. Sarah, James,
Crazy.
it's up to you. You
I
need
have
to
no idea
determine
what's
the
going on.
who, what, when, and where behind the British
You're gonna
surrender.
find out.
And of course, as always, be sure to get at least 2 quotes about why
Who's
people
this
think
guy?
it happened. And if at all possible, try to make one of them the British General Cornwallis.
That's
General
Moses.
Cornwallis, a British
Is he a
general.
real guy?
Yes,
No.
James. It's
Well,
called thorough reporting.
I don't know.
The questions you need to ask are in your notebook. Dig hard for the best possible information.
I'm assuming no.
That means accurate and insightful reporting.
Do you think they added them just because they
Stay
were
out of trouble.
woke?
Good luck. And Godspeed.
I mean, in a manner of speaking. Moses was sort of the voice
Yorktown
of.
is a small
oh, hang
town on
on.
the edge of Chesapeake Bay. The British are encamped within the town.
And it looks like the Americans and French have the place surrounded. We need to find out what is going on.
Okay.
Yeah, Moses was sort of our into the
What a pity that this
That
war
aspect of
has
the
caused
revolution.
so much destruction.
I guess that's what happens after you fire cannonballs back and forth for days on end.
That's funny. Oh, I like the sound effects here.
look at the Union Jack.
Oh yeah.
It's in tatters.
This is called a redoubt.
Yes.
I know what a redoubt is. A protected fortification outside the main camp. It appears that the Americans
I know what a
overran
redoubt
this
is,
one.
James.
Excuse me, sir. We're reporters from the Pennsylvania Gazette. Would you mind answering a few questions about the British surrender?
I suppose. I fought alongside the British, but I didn't volunteer to come here.
That's why we'd like to hear your point of view. You're from an area of Germany known as Hesse Castle, right?
Yes, they call us Hessians.
You
My
remember them?
services were sold to King
No.
George by the Prince of Hesse
Yeah.
Cassel, but I received no pay at all.
You
Could you
interviewed
tell
them.
us a bit about the British surrender?
I could, but what I really need is money. I'll need it to start a new life once this war is over. What few coins I had saved were stolen. Could you help me?
We'd be happy to. And then maybe you could help us out by answering a few questions.
What do we need them to answer questions for if we get all their money?
It's the love of the game.
Just take it and run.
Let's not.
What I really need is money. I'll need it to start a new life once this war is over. What few coins I had saved were stolen. Could you help
Will he not
me?
let me interview him unless I give him money?
You have to go. You have to. You have to find the money that they lost.
What do I get out of this then?
Like
Let's
that,
not
yep.
forget that
I
we
know.
should make a sketch of any.
There.
Okay.
That was a very
Is it
good
like
sandwich.
It's like a point and click. Okay.
Yeah. You've played this many times.
I played this once over over a period of.
It's
A year.
amazing that the soldiers could make it through
Over
these
many years.
defenses.
Did you? I think you just interrupted them.
Regiments of soldiers respond to different.
Dude! Don't! Don't try to rush through this because. Because we only got the one chapter now. If you were gonna rush through it, you should have done it at the end of at last year. But that was somehow we spent 5 hours doing that.
This is the
Yeah.
edge of the British.
If I'm rushing, it'll take
fortifications.
me 4 hours.
I hope they understand that we're just reporters.
If you're Russian, then you wouldn't be involved in this
Hey,
war.
you two. Don't I know you? You're reporters, aren't you? Sarah and what's your name?
How come
James
this one
Hiller,
remembers us?
Famous reporter.
I guess not that famous yet, James.
Soon to be famous.
We had talked to the
after
Hessian
publishing
before,
this
too.
story on what could prove to be a disastrous defeat for the British.
Too true, mate. Too true. In fact, I've been looking around for a white flag.
A white flag?
A white flag shows I'm done fighting and want to surrender. Bring me one, and I'll let you into the British camp for some interviews.
It's a deal.
I don't think they waved a white flag.
They're upping the stakes.
It doesn't look like that British sentry will let us pass.
What, you mean that fortification? The stakes do look like they've been positioned up.
How do I get, what do I do? Well, I guess I
Look
find a white
around.
flag. Where's the white? I don't see the white flag.
Yeah, you haven't encountered it yet. Or the
I feel like
money.
I would have by this point.
All about the money.
I've gone everywhere. There's nowhere else.
No,
I can
you
go.
haven't. Keep going back, and then you can go the other way.
Which way?
This wasn't the starting screen. This was.
Hmm.
See, now you're in the American camp. So keep. Yep.
The American camp. The French soldiers are camped nearby.
Let them talk.
If what I'm hearing is true, I'm sure that all the misery of Valley Forge has been forgotten.
LA Ford. That was the cold
What?
one. That was one of the cold
I
ones.
can't believe it.
That though George Washington is so famous, he stays in a tent like his men? He's a great man, and the greatest men are always humble.
It's so funny to me how
Thank
they
you.
don't know George Washington in the canon of this game.
Your Excellency, it is an honor to
Your
meet you again.
Excellency.
Ah, yes, Mr. Hiller and my dear Miss Phillips. I haven't seen you since Valley Forge.
Not true.
How is the newspaper business?
Very busy, of course, trying to keep the
In
country
the
up
canon
to date
of the
with the news
game,
from
or
the war.
in the canon of the
Well,
show?
there is much
Canon
to
of the
write
show they
about
had.
here, and I would be happy to answer your questions once I locate something of importance.
Perhaps you could let us know what you need.
It is true
We
in
are
the canon of
fairly
the
good
game.
at finding things.
If you would like to help, I need a map of the area, including Yorktown and
What?
the York River. There is still a chance that the British fleet
If
will
the
try to
notebook
break
is
through,
closed, that means
though
someone
my
needs
prayer is
something.
that they have given up and returned to New York.
We'll do our best, sir.
All right. So they need a map.
These are the outskirts of the American camp.
It still might... excuse me.
Lisa!
Don't we know you?
You sure
You
look
need to
familiar.
stop doing that.
We may have crossed paths several times during this war. I was at Lexington, Trenton, Valley
We have talked to
Forge.
them.
That's right. You've been very helpful. Would you mind giving us your thoughts on the British surrender at Yorktown?
Certainly. I've been keeping notes in my journal for several months now. Problem is, I seem to have misplaced it. If you can find it, it would help refresh my memory as to all the details.
We'll
Have we
definitely
seen
keep
that
our
already?
eye out for it.
No. The journal?
Yeah. I
No.
don't think so.
I think you have everything you've seen.
If we need some help,
Some nice tween animation on the gun.
Except for the bag you
Why
just
are
missed.
we out here? All the
Hang on.
reporting action is back at the camp.
Hang on.
just a moment, dear James.
Just a moment.
One must be thorough.
See? Just a moment. You gotta be thorough. All right.
I
They're
hate
done.
this
They're done
game.
talking. You just hate that you lost
Lost what?
the
And then-
war. They were gonna say what they were gonna say what a knapsack is. They're not gonna say it now.
Choose which
You
area
don't-
of
you
the
don't need
reference
that.
you would like to see.
Fine, you can look at this. Whatever. It's another way to learn. Fascinating, isn't it?
No. I have brain damage, Ryan.
Don't quit the game.
How do I get out of here? Where am
The
I?
same way you get out of anything. Go. No. You know you passed Henri.
Where was that? I forget.
You went back for the knapsack. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Give me
Let them
that.
say what it is.
Careful with that axe,
Axe.
Henri.
Very useful for chopping firewood.
That's an early Pink Floyd song.
Henri,
Careful
what
with
are you
that
doing
axe,
out here?
Eugene.
Mm.
Tired of the army food and looking for something else to eat?
Always you make jokes about my stomach. But you are wrong again. I am missing my drum.
That's right. Henri is
Oh.
now a drummer in the French
Hang on,
army.
hang on.
This drum?
Can you give us any details about the rumored British surrender?
Not right now. I need to find my missing drum. All I have found so far is a white
this
flag.
drum?
The British have more need
Maybe.
of it than I do.
All right. We'll keep our eyes
white
open for your
flag.
instrument. Though I'm sure there's more peace and quiet
Oh, did they
around here
see?
with
Did they
Miss-
say they found a white flag?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, there you
Yes,
go.
Thank you. And don't forget to take the white flag I found.
It's all coming together.
Let's not forget.
Who was involved at the Battle of Yorktown?
The French was there.
What a dick.
Shut
More
up.
Generals Washington and Rochambeau were involved, but I'm not sure who was leading the British.
No. Fuck off, brat.
What happened during the Battle of Yorktown?
The British took quite a pounding.
Oh, tell me more.
The French and the Americans surrounded and outnumbered
Does
the
this
British.
guy ever give any fucking good
It's a
answers?
kid. It's just a kid.
Yeah, but does he ever give good answers?
I think sometimes.
When did the British decide to surrender?
If you
I think it was right after lunch. Maybe?
if you have to give something to get answers, then chances are one of the answers is gonna be good.
Where did the fighting take place?
Most of the fighting involved cannons firing at both sides. I guess you would say that most of the fighting was right over my head.
Is that a good one? I can't tell.
Yeah, it's worth saving.
Why do you think the British decided to surrender?
It was my skills as a drummer. I struck terror into their hearts.
I agree.
It's true. Same
Right.
Sure, all the heavy cannon fire took its toll on the British troops. They couldn't retreat. Being surrounded, they had no place to go. The British Navy failed to help Cornwallis's troops because they were turned back by the French Navy.
Okay, fucking, we didn't ask you to do a book report.
We're the ones doing a book report.
Let's get out of here.
I thought that was your dog.
I can't tell if it's a dog
It's in the
near
game,
you or
yeah.
if it's in the game. Does this guy want the? Who wants the flag? The British?
Yeah. Yeah, the one surrendering, Lisa. Oh, look! Wait, you see that?
What?
Your mouse just hovered over it.
Over what? The flag?
There's an item on the ground,
Where?
and you can tell because it's drawn differently than everything else. Yeah, there you go.
What the hell is this?
A bayonet. His Majesty's soldiers are very well trained in fighting with the bayonet.
They fit on the end of their muskets. The colonial militia do not have nearly enough of these important weapons.
It's a bayonet,
Okay.
Lisa.
Where? How do I? Where's the other guys?
I don't remember how you got there. Oh, there.
A white flag shows I'm done fighting and want to surrender. Bring me one, and I'll let you into the British camp for some interviews.
It's okay if you
Thanks
interrupt
much.
them saying
You're
that.
free to go into the camp. First, I suppose you'll be wanting to chat with me a bit, right?
Yes.
Why not?
Who was involved at the Battle of Yorktown?
I'll tell you if I can think straight. I ain't had a square meal in days.
Good. Yes. Save it. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Those rebels and our old enemies, the French, against His Majesty's regulars.
Not very detailed, but it is a good answer. Like, we'll probably get better ones, but that does answer the question.
What happened during the Battle of Yorktown?
We traded cannon fire back and forth for days. Our ammunition
That's better.
ran
That's a
low
good
and
answer.
casualties mounted. The French Navy blockaded the bay.
Here we go. It was a pretty boring
when did the
episode.
British decide to surrender?
When
think it's
Lord
just a bunch of people
Cornwallis had
surrendering. Where's the
given up
action?
hope.
Well, yeah, it was like it was just showing up some British people in a house being like, "Oh, we're gonna do it. It's fine. Oh
Middle of
no!"
October. Oh, what an awful day.
That's probably the house there.
When did the British decide to surrender?
When Lord Cornwallis had given up hope.
What are you? Why are you? What are you doing? Why are you saving everything? You didn't even say. Tell me more.
I did say no. I already no.
Oh.
I forgot to get the
I
first
see.
time round.
Well,
Where
you can't
did
use
the fighting
both.
take place?
Far from me home and family, that's for certain. I miss 'em terribly.
The only one you have 2 for is Y.
Between the town of Yorktown
Well,
and
2
the
for it.
American and French lines.
I don't know if that's good, but I'll save it anyway. I guess.
Why do you think the British decided to surrender?
Oh, I know all about that.
There we go.
Not an answer.
It
Here
was
we go.
Because our navy let us down. We're much better soldiers than those rebels. If we could have gotten some reinforcements and more munitions, we could have driven them out of Virginia.
We're definitely going to want to include that one because that's from the British side and we can get a Y from the that's
Yeah,
like
and it reads like a Wikipedia article.
that's like more hopeful.
That's the Nelson House. I was told that Lord Cornwallis
Hang
made
on.
it his headquarters.
Looks like it took a beating. The British fortified the whole edge of Yorktown, but it couldn't keep out the American cannon fire.
Okay.
So how is that?
Maybe John Horn Leghorn's in there. Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like the inside of this
Hang
place
on.
didn't take too much of a beating.
No, but I'm sure it was rather shaken up.
Okay. I think our inventory's oh, we got the
A
map.
map of Yorktown.
Yay!
We can only carry 4
God damn it. Lisa.
Can I get rid of this? Okay.
You can pick up that instead.
But
like just pick it up.
A telescope in a beautiful case.
Wait,
Just
hang on,
stealing
hang on a
shit
second.
from
Hang on a
these
second.
guys.
Hang on a second. Oh, fuck. Wait.
This place is called
Oops.
the bunker, a protected place underneath the house.
It certainly seems that it would be much safer down here.
Yes. Yes. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on.
A bayonet.
I wanna.
What?
I wanna hear what they had to say about the map.
A telescope.
A map of Yorktown and the surrounding area. Somebody's going to find this very useful.
We're just stealing shit from their house.
Yeah. Well, wait till we find the money. Then we'll be stealing. Alright, the bunker's that way.
Okay, but I was gonna go give this map to the guy first.
Why that first? You're gonna have to go back that way anyway.
Because I got it now. Because I got.
Well, but let's see what that person is gonna want. Right? Because what if that's over in the other camp?
Let's see.
Excuse me, sir, but are you Lord Cornwallis?
Are you
Of course
Lord
I
Farquaad?
am. Who did you think I was? Benedict Arnold?
No, sir. My friend was just trying to be polite. It's not something he's had much practice at.
Hey!
We are reporters from the Pennsylvania Gazette.
Man, I really
We
have
wanted to get your
connected to these
perspective
wacky
on the
characters.
recent events.
Shut up.
Well, I cannot be bothered about that until I take some tea. That dratted cannon fire broke the teapot my servant Armistead
That's
had
right.
been using. He's off looking for another.
Maybe we can find one.
If you bring me some tea, I'll consent to tell you what led to this sorry state of affairs.
That's right. They were like trying to drink their tea, and the cannon fire was making them drop it everywhere. And they're like, "Oh, my tea!" It was. It's usually not that like over the top.
If you would
Yo,
like to
Georgie.
help, I need a map of the area. Thank
Can I
you.
give him
This will
that
be
guy
very useful.
in my inventory?
Now, how can I help you?
Franklin?
Yeah.
No,
Can I
you
give
can't.
him
You can't
Franklin?
give them Benjamin Franklin.
I know. I get people Franklins all the time. You know what I mean?
I give people Washingtons all the time.
Yeah.
Wait, try it.
What, giving him Franklin?
Yeah, try it.
I can't.
Uh-huh. Watch.
Some people may need help finding lost objects before you interview them. Once you find the required object, drag it from the toolbar to give it to them.
It's a tip
Then
from Ben.
use the tabs on your notebook to choose the questions you'd like to ask.
Ben is so confusing.
Who was involved
Wow.
at the Battle of
How?
Yorktown?
A combined force of American and French soldiers fought against British and Hessian forces.
They sound like fucking.
Sounds about right.
They sound like Frank. What's the Kevin Spacey character from House of Cards? Frank Underwood. They sound like Frank Underwood.
I know, Mr. Right.
General Rochambeau commanded the French forces on land. I led our Patriot forces with the aid of several experienced lieutenants. General Cornwallis led the British.
That's good. Rochambeau is the
Pretty
name
good.
of a local library.
Yeah, makes sense.
What happened during the Battle of Yorktown?
With thanks to the French for their aid, we finally handed the British the defeat I'd been hoping for.
And that's the end of that.
We surrounded the British and closed in on them. Under cover of darkness, we dug trenches to protect our troops and mount the guns. From there, we fired directly into the town at the British troops.
Good for us.
When did the British decide to surrender?
I will never forget that glorious day.
Not an answer.
It was the morning
There's
of
that-
October 17th.
let him finish.
The morning after the providential storm that wrecked Cornwallis's
Providence.
plan to cross the York River to Gloucester, where there were fewer French troops.
That's where Rhode Island is.
No, sort of.
Where
Like
did
you're
the fighting
crying.
take
You're,
place?
this game is
On the
torture
south
for
bank of the
you.
York River, around the town of Yorktown,
It's so
Virginia.
boring. It's history from a country I'm not in. I'm not in.
This was your fault, Lisa. Your people. This game wouldn't exist if it weren't for for y'all being the way you were. You have no one to blame but yourself. Why didn't you? Was there more?
No.
Oh.
Why do you think the British decided to surrender?
A great many factors led to this.
Oh my
surrender.
Oh,
Henry Clinton did
fuck
not
off.
send reinforcements to
This
Cornwallis.
is
in
good. It's a
time.
good answer.
The British fleet was led
Hillary
by
Clinton.
an inept admiral. Several timely storms wrecked the British plans. We had them surrounded, and they were
So
out
who
of
watches
munitions.
this?
The stream or the show?
The stream.
Well, no one right now. We're not really bringing a lot of energy. For one thing.
Yeah.
Hello again, you two. Now, how can I help you?
Why is that so funny?
we didn't leave. We were talking to him a second ago.
Oh,
and he's like,
yeah,
hello, you
yeah.
two." Hello, you two.
I think they meant in general. Like, I think it was because that's how they were. They're saying hello again, you two, as in from Valley Forge.
I don't know. Do I have any item anyone wants? I think I do.
I forced Lisa to watch the last episode, which was probably one of the most boring episodes. The Valley Forge episode was not very interesting either. What is this? Yorktown? This is Yorktown. This is Yorktown. Yeah, that one episode wasn't very interesting either. But there were a few episodes after that that were like tying up loose ends. There was
Let's
an
not
episode
forget
about
that
someone.
we should make a sketch of any interesting
a court
places or
case
people that we see.
decided
We can pick the
slavery
best
is
sketch for our
unlawful.
newspaper story back at the print shop.
What was the last episode about? Was it about like? It was about George Washington becoming the president and them deciding there should be a Senate and a House of Representatives and Congress and.
They met Alexander Hamilton.
For a second, I think they had been in a previous episode.
I don't know
It
where
was just like, hey, there's Alexander Hamilton again. Anyway, there's no way that was everyone. Let me see. Let go. No, there's other troops probably. Yeah, look at that. There's this way and there's wait, or did we go that way? No, this is new.
I'm sure many
What
of these
the
soldiers
hell?
are ready for a rest.
You gotta
from
look at what
fighting.
way the arrow
They've
is
certainly earned
pointing.
it.
I
only
can
hope that
barely
our
see the
country
arrow.
respects them for all they've done.
It like glitches out when I hover.
Look at this
Rotoscope.
yeah, rotoscope ass. I almost wanted to say Joel Haver, but that's not really. It's not really that style.
Yeah, no, it kind of looks like a Joel Haver character.
It's not really that style. It's a different sort of style of rotoscope. More like a stick animation rotoscope, really. I'm sure someone's gonna want one of those.
A canteen. Very useful for carrying drinking water.
Thanks, dipshit.
It's mean for no reason.
There's a crumpet or whatever.
You would call it that. I'll crumpet with you, sweetie pie.
A loaf of bread. Smells
It's a loaf
good.
of bread.
Yeah, it's
good.
fucking bread, Lisa. It's not a crumpet.
What are these people? These people are living on rations. What the hell?
Yeah.
Can I talk to this guy? What?
No, that's no one. Look at them.
He doesn't.
You think it's a character that you can talk to? What are they gonna look like up close? None of the characters we can talk to move that much. That's way too much movement for one of the characters we can
He's
talk
not even
to.
a human being in this world.
Yeah.
These people don't see him as a real person.
Wait, no, there's like tents around there probably.
What are you talking about?
Go back. It was pointing up and to the left.
It's constantly glitching. The
Oh my
the
God.
mouse is
Alright,
constantly glitching.
alright, fine.
I don't know what.
Oh, I guess there's no tents around here. Wait, let go.
But there's a mug. Is it? Can I take the mug?
No, you can tell these are like painterly.
I can't. I can tell that the rotoscope guy is different.
Look at the.
But the items have all
look
looked
at the
like
virtual.
the same.
Look at the virtual camera OBS. You get a better look probably. Maybe I don't know.
But then I can't play. How am I gonna play?
Yeah, well, try. You can pull up one on one monitor and. Here we go. You gotta look at which
That
way the
looks
arrows
like
are
an important
pointing.
tent. Maybe it belongs to Lafayette or another of Washington's generals.
Well, perhaps it bears investigating then.
Important.
Looks like quite a nice place.
For
How
a
is there
tent.
no one in here? That was
Tents
it. That
can
was the
be
whole.
deceiving.
That was the whole exchange. Wait, there's a scroll. That's gotta be important, probably. So who needs that?
A message on a scroll. Someone may be needing this.
Someone's definitely gonna need that. There's no way they have a message on a scroll, then we don't need to give it to someone. Not all the items are important, but that one must be.
It's someone who we like. It's,
No,
I feel like
but there's the only person we haven't been able to interview that we've seen is the Hessian, and they need money.
and the person needs a tea.
Oh, right.
A journal. Many people keep journals of important events or experiences in their lives.
That
Thanks, dipshit.
probably won't be important. What? Why is that dipshit? They have information.
I knew that already. I knew.
So you're the dipshit because they're assuming you're the dipshit.
I'm not the dipshit though. I already knew of this.
I'll look around. You can't really
So
see.
I can't
so.
see where the it's fucking.
All about the money. Did we talk to them?
I don't know. Try again. The
I need
tween
to find
guy.
my journal. It's
Oh,
a
the
small,
journal.
flat book.
We have it.
Oh, we do have it.
Do we have a journal? Yes. You're not clicking on them.
We found your journal.
Oh my god! Whoa, calm
Our
down!
grandchildren will be able to know what we went through to protect
They're fucking
their
in the
freedom.
booth. They were like, "Hey, you forgot." He was
How
like
can I help
walking
you with
out,
your
and they're like,
story?
"We forgot the journal line." He's like, "Yeah, we forgot your journal. Is that good for you?" And then he fucking flipped him off. You know. That's how I'm imagining that.
Who was involved at the Battle of Yorktown?
The bravest bunch of soldiers you ever saw.
Bullshit.
The Continental Army under General Washington and the French under General
No,
Rochambeau.
no, it was the British that were
fought against
brave.
Lord Cornwallis and his
In the
troops.
face of defeat.
I don't know. Is that anything?
Sure.
What happened during the Battle of Yorktown?
We surrounded the town. The French fleet kept the British from escaping. We attacked 2 of the British redoubts. With these taken, we could move our cannon close enough to continue heavy fire.
This Arizona tastes like rotten fruit.
When did the British decide to surrender?
Not long ago,
Okay.
just after I got off sentry duty.
Shut up.
Where did the fighting take place?
I'm not
Near the
dignifying
York
that.
River, in Virginia. Near the York River.
No.
Why do you think the British decided to surrender?
We were too much for them. That's why.
Okay.
The British had the York River behind them, and our American and French troops completely cut them off in front. They had nowhere to retreat.
That's good. We might as well save that, but we should probably go with Washington's answer instead.
You're back! It's good to see you again. Now, how can I help you with your story?
Wasn't as good that time. Wasn't it? I think I wasn't expecting it the first time, which is why it was. I was like, where?
Let me see.
Could I use the jug as a teapot?
No, it doesn't work. It's just you just find items. It doesn't work that way.
It's not that smart.
It's not a real point and click.
Hmm.
Oh, there we go.
This looks like the barracks. You know, where the soldiers sleep.
I believe you are correct. But it looks rather like there hasn't been much sleeping going on.
There hasn't been. Am I right? I wonder if they're gonna walk all the way across the screen. Let's see. Hang on. Is it the same person twice?
Disappears before he gets around, gets behind her.
Yeah.
You know.
2 men enter, 1 will leave. I got it.
Not very comfortable if you ask me.
Wait, did someone want a
They're
chessboard?
soldiers.
No.
They're used to being
I feel
uncomfortable.
like someone did.
Okay, you can take it if you want.
I will.
I got it.
A chessboard. My father taught me to play chess in England.
Okay.
Thanks.
I've seen one of these.
Just like having a third character amongst these who's just really disinterested and rude all the time. That's what I'm imagining. That's what I would do if I had
the opposite
this
of
book.
Henri.
Yeah.
The base
Whoa!
looks like a lot of troops were
Why did
stationed
you
there.
react that
I
way?
wonder where they all went.
They
He's got his
probably got
grippers
out while
out.
they could and moved on.
Sir, we're journalists
They
from
can't.
the
I don't know if they're
Pennsylvania
allowed to wear
Gazette.
shoes.
Would you mind giving us your name?
Certainly. My name is James. My master's name is Armistead, so that's the name I go by. I have special permission by my master to help the American cause however I can.
Armistead, weren't you a spy for Lord Cornwallis?
Perhaps you could say that I was. At least, he thought so.
What do you mean?
I was actually working for General Washington as a spy for him.
A double agent! Fantastic!
I remember hearing about you, Mr. Armistead. You played a part in Cornwallis's decision to remain
In the
here
show, they
Yorktown,
knew
where
each
he would
other.
eventually be trapped. Would you mind if we ask you a few questions?
First, I need a
Double-crossing
secret message I'm expecting
as
from
a spy
General
seems like so
Washington.
much effort.
I was supposed to pick it up in
Actually-
the American camp. And then I need to get Cornwallis some tea. He still thinks I'm working for him.
We'll find your message, and then maybe you can give us the tea to take to Cornwallis. He
Okay,
might let
we
us
have-
interview
wait. Do we have? Wait! Don't do it yet. I want to explain this. So, the whole episode about them. They were really important in the last few episodes, but the episode was they volunteered basically to be a spy to help out because as a slave they would be invisible and be able to pick up this information that people without people caring about what they say in front of them, like, oh, whatever, it's just, you know, and then
if we need some help, we can always recall Ben's expertise.
He
taught us all about being good journalists.
We don't need help from Ben. We don't need help from Ben.
Ben?
Ben? Yes. So while they were working there undercover, they were approached by, like, coincidentally. I don't know if this is actually how it happened, but this is how they framed it in the show, is that coincidentally, I'm assuming this is how they happened to happen. Otherwise, it's weird they would frame it this way. But they were approached to spy for the French or whatever. Or no, not the French were on the Americans. The British.
Some people might be too busy to talk to us right away.
If that's the case, we need to listen carefully.
Shut up,
there may be some way we...
Shut up. They were approached by one of the British officers to spy for the British, which made... So that's how they were a double agent. They were already spying for the Americans, and so they lied and said they were spying for the British. You didn't get to see that episode. The more interesting one. You can give them the secret message now.
We found the message.
Thank you. It's some more false information I'm to give to Cornwallis. I put the teapot over there. You can take it to him when you're ready. What questions do you want to ask me?
As a double agent, you give someone false information.
Who was involved at the Battle of Yorktown?
Being a so-called double agent, I was free to meet those involved on both sides. His Excellency General Washington led the Americans. General Rochambeau led the French, and General Lord Cornwallis the British.
It's weird to me. It's weird to me they call them His Excellency.
What is His Excellency?
That seems too
What
formal.
happened during the Battle of Yorktown?
There's a
I didn't
general.
see everything, but I know that the Americans were able to dig trenches very close to the British and bring their cannons along.
I don't know, it reminds me of Your Majesty.
When did the British decide to surrender?
It was a few days ago, if I remember correctly.
What the fuck?
You again.
When did the British decide to surrender?
A good day to you again.
Why
What
did you
questions
do that?
wanna ask me?
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Mid-October.
I think it's funny that I can. I think it's...
Why? That's not useful. That's so vague. Where?
I have dates autism. I love dates.
Oh my god.
Where did the fighting take place?
On the coast
Mid-October.
of Virginia, near the mouth of the Chesapeake Bay.
Wow, you
Boring.
loving dates must be the great tragedy. 'Cause you can't get none.
Why do you think the British decided to...
A good day to you again.
Don't wait. Wait, what are they gonna say? Stop. Wait. What? Don't do that.
Why do you think the British decided to surrender?
Cornwallis believed he would receive reinforcements and munitions from New York, but they never arrived.
Oh.
Well, I don't know exactly what happened at the end. Cornwallis believed he would receive reinforcements and munitions from New York, but they never arrived.
What?
Wait, what? What? Did you break it? Wait, what the fuck?
I think we broke it.
Hey, wait a second.
Why do you think the British decided to surrender?
Well, I don't know exactly
Oh, I see. It did. Yeah, we did kind of break it a little. It just went out of order because. I see.
Cornwallis
Good for
believed
us.
he would receive reinforcements and munitions from New York, but they never arrived.
All right.
It's a hack, really.
And you already
know,
saved it,
can
right?
just skip the bullshit answer.
You already saved it, right?
Yeah, I saved it.
What happens if you save it multiple times?
He probably doesn't. He
A
probably
teapot.
overwrites it.
Tea is a popular drink made from plant leaves brewed in hot water.
And to
my
brew
God.
tea, you need a teapot.
Thanks, guys. And where would I be without you?
The cellar. I
Wait.
think this is where they kept their food supplies.
Looks like they were running a little low. Maybe that's why they weren't fighting so well.
Okay, there's clearly nothing important in here. You can see what that is, though, I guess.
This looks like a medical kit for giving someone a smallpox
Wow.
inoculation.
You're
You didn't
right.
think that was important?
Smallpox is a deadly
I thought it
disease,
was
and people are
wine.
just beginning to understand that they can be inoculated against it.
I was trying to think of like I feel like, I thought there was like something you quote that's like put instead of the chessboard because we
A
went
teapot.
okay. You know what? Fuck you. Wait. Give me a minute.
This old barn looks like a
Oh.
good place to find something interesting.
I didn't mean to do that, but the money's here.
Is that
So.
This
The
is
money.
quite a find. A bag of gold coins.
We're stealing money.
It's on the floor.
Someone lost that.
Yeah, and we're gonna give it back. That's the whole point.
He didn't lose it. He just doesn't have it.
They did. They said it was stolen, and somehow it's on the floor of a barn. I'm looking around to make sure we don't.
Never trust a farmer, I reckon.
I was trying to think of that there's something you quote like that that's like very obvious, like tea is it. What I was thinking of was Mo is their leader.
Mo is their leader.
Tea is a drink made with hot leaves.
If you bring me some tea, I'll consent to tell you what led to this sorry state of affairs.
So weird that he says consent.
Old-timey speak.
We found James Armistead. He made you this tea.
Oh, well done. That Armistead is really a very good servant. I'll miss having him around. And now for
they
your
still don't know.
questions. If you will print the truth,
His mouth
I will
seems
tell you my opinion of this
moving
dragon.
at a slightly different pace.
Well, yeah,
compared to
it's
his-
weird that their
was
head is like
involved in the
moving back
Battle
and
of
forth,
Yorktown?
which is weird.
It seemed like
They don't usually
everyone
move this
was
much.
involved.
I guess he's important.
I led the British Army against combined French and American forces headed by Rochambeau and Washington. The French Navy was also here.
No, fuck off.
No?
We have someone who already
Oh,
told us
I-
about the
yeah.
French army. Yeah.
What happened during the Battle of Yorktown?
It was disastrous. Absolutely disastrous. The noise was terrible. I couldn't even drink a cup of tea in
Oh
peace.
my god! Save that. Wait, save that. That's so fucking true. And people celebrate every year by making that noise all over
The
again.
Americans obtained siege guns that bombarded our encampment. They dug trenches. to
And
get
here
closer
comes a
to us
fucking
much faster than
motorcycle.
we expected. Our retreat was cut off by the French fleet, so we had no choice left but to surrender.
Hey,
If they'd come just a second earlier, that would have been like right on cue.
have you seen the little show?
What?
Last show what was the last Disney Plus show for its Marvel?
For Marvel? For Smarvel?
Yeah, for Smarvel. Smarvel, huh?
Ironheart just came out.
It was disastrous. Absolutely disastrous.
What? Why are you asking this again?
The
What did
noise
you
was
just say?
Terrible. I
Have you
couldn't
seen
even drink a cup of
Ironheart?
tea in
Oh.
peace.
Oh, I see. No, you cut out. That's why I didn't know you. No, I haven't.
I've
Have you?
heard that it's a new era for the MCU.
They say that about every project. Did
Where
you?
did the fighting take place?
You didn't ask when,
We
did
could
you?
not seem to mount an attack at all.
I don't think you asked when.
The fighting took place in Yorktown, Virginia.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
When did the British decide to surrender?
That fateful day will be forever etched in my mind.
Oh. Speaking of,
No, it'll be
The morning of
in our
October
journal.
17th, 1781.
Yeah, but it
Right
doesn't
after
have the
my
time
artillery
of day,
commander
so
informed me that we were almost out of ammunition.
I guess. But you hadn't asked yet, right?
I think I had.
Why do you think the British decided to surrender?
Well, among other things, the heaviness
Among
of the
us.
American bombardment surprised us. I knew that our defenses would soon fall. I was forced to surrender because the British Navy did not rescue us. We were trapped, we were out of ammunition, and the enemy was about to break through our fortifications.
This is actually probably better than the soldier. So we have Washington and we have this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. What do you think would have happened if they didn't surrender? Do you think they would have just been like killed in their sleep?
I guess they would have been killed, but that's like poor warmanship or whatever. For them not to surrender.
Or Warmanship sounds like a beautiful name of like a Mario RPG character, you know. Or Warmanship.
I think it sounds more like a Kojima name.
Or Warmanship. Look at those guys. Ah.
I think we've the Hessian soldier.
Oh, yeah, his money.
If we need some...
It's all about the money.
What I really need is money.
We found some coins.
My missing savings. I am truly in debt to you.
Give us the coins.
How can I help you with the story?
Yeah, I'm in debt to you. Yeah, what we could really use is a bag of gold coins.
Who was involved at the Battle of Yorktown?
I never saw who we were fighting against, but I know who was on our side.
Isn't that typically the way it is
other
before?
Hessians fought alongside the British.
What happened during the Battle of Yorktown?
It was terrible. Terrible. We
I think
were
that
running
Ironheart,
low on food and cannonballs.
you know, it really brings
Hold that
something
thought.
new to the
And the enemy
series.
fire was too heavy. They were getting very close to
Don't
us.
start talking about Ironheart when we're interviewing the last person. Like, what the fuck?
I just think that Lady Ironheart.
Shut up!
When did the British decide to surrender?
It wasn't soon enough. We were completely surrounded and
I
had no
hate
chance
that
of
this
escape.
tastes like rotten fruit. And I don't know why I didn't get that sooner.
Where did the fighting take place?
Ah, the fighting. More shooting cannons than actual fighting, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
If you know what I mean. Wait, if they said it like that, it makes me think it's a shooting cannons is a euphemism.
Well, it's, you know, it's like, you know, fighting isn't real. Canning isn't real fighting, you know, not the traditional.
Yeah, but they're like, if you know what I mean. We were shooting cannons, if you know what I mean.
Apart from the cannon fire, most of the hand-to-hand fighting took place when the rebels captured 2 British redoubts, or fortifications, in Yorktown, Virginia.
Oh, okay. Sounds... Okay.
Why do you think the British decided to surrender?
I'm not sure of our general's reasons. My comrades and I were tired of fighting.
Okay,
Well,
goodbye.
If it isn't you two, report us again. Now, how can I help you with your story?
I think
What
that's
now?
everyone, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Print shop.
Drink.
Print shop. No, James, don't drink that.
Welcome back. I'm anxious to get all the details.
We did it, Moses.
Have you ever seen one of those instruments being played?
And I have to
On the
admit,
show, yeah.
A harmonium?
I'm convinced that this fight
What?
for liberty was
On the show,
worth
yeah.
the sacrifices.
Oh,
With
well,
Cornwallis's surrender, I'm sure that the British are losing
it's a
their
very
stomach
beautiful.
to fight. I'm sure that a serious move will be made to sign a peace treaty.
And the United States of America will be free
Don't
and independent.
interrupt it.
We owe it to our readers to get this news printed as soon as possible. Let's get to work over at the editing desk.
Sound of the harmonium.
Huh? You're cutting out what?
I said, I'm not even listening to the dialogue.
You're not even listening to the dialogue. You're what?
I'm imagining the beautiful sounds of the harmonium.
It's a glass harmonica.
What?
Click it.
It's called a harmonium.
Click it. Click it.
Ben Franklin invented this musical instrument, the glass harmonica.
Ha!
A series of different-sized rotating glass bowls make notes when the players moisten.
You guys lost the war. You don't get to decide.
The famous composer Mozart is said to be writing music for it.
I don't think any of that. They're not really known for that. It's not. Like I was like, wow, look at all this cool stuff Benjamin Franklin invented.
Oh, a harmonium is like a.
No one remembers the glass harmonica.
What are you talking about?
No, that's not an instrument people play still.
No, of course not, because it's huge and flimsy, but it's beautiful.
There's a lot of instruments like that. Harps.
Yeah, but this is made of glass. This is.
If there is a new assignment on the bulletin board, you can investigate that story. You need to finish working on your current story before getting another assignment. You need to finish working on your... This is the layout area, where you can make your front page look just the way you want before you print it out. But first, you need to finish picking quotes for your story at the editing desk. Try to pick the best quotes.
But don't you interrupt?
You haven't chosen enough good quotes yet.
I know. Shut up.
You need to include answers as to who, what, when, and where, as well as 2 why quotes. Go back to the editing desk when you're ready to continue. If there is a new assignment on the bulletin board, you need to try to pick the best quotes from your notebook pages. Select a part of your story and then choose a quote to go there. Remember,
you know how I know the glass harmonica is not
quotes you choose
doesn't
before
matter.
You print your article.
When you look up glass harmonica,
you need quotes that answer who, what,
every result
when,
mentions Benjamin Franklin.
And 2 quotes that answer
he
why
invented
the event
it.
is worth repeating.
Okay, when else do you look up an instrument and everything talks about the inventor? Right?
The saxophone. Easy.
Saxophone.
I mean, it's just
Don't mind if I do.
It's a very. I mean, it's an antiquated instrument. People don't play it anymore. But it's cool by itself.
I'm looking up saxophone. I don't see anything about the inventor unless their name was Alto. Was their name Alto?
No, but their name was Soprano.
No, it was Adolf Sax. I'm not making that up. The inventor's name is Adolf Sax. That makes sense, I guess. It's the saxophone, like the gramophone.
Exactly. That's
what the fuck is phone? What is the
like
suffix?
phonetics.
What is the suffix phone?
It's like phonetics.
Phonetics?
Yeah.
Isn't phonetics like vocabulary? Anyway, like
no, it's just like sound.
Sound.
Yeah.
Oh, so gramophone, telephone, saxophone.
I'm pretty sure.
Why? So telephone. Why is it called telephone? Because you're telling. It's the sound of telling.
No.
It's not named after. The inventor's Alexander Graham Bell. So their name was in the. What happens when the phone rings? I guess. Or is that a coincidence? Because bells were already a thing.
I don't know. When asked who was involved in the battle, a British soldier replied, "Those rebels and our old enemies, the French, against His Majesty's regulars." No, how do I swap it? Oh. Yeah, but who? The Continental Army. Yeah, I think that's fine. No. Wait. Okay, I think that's... No. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Print shop. Feedback. Libkid.
What?
Libkid. What is this Red Hot Chili Pepper song I'm doing? By the way, is it just called By the Way?
Maybe it's one of their big ones. So.
Yeah. And there's that part that's like
maybe so.
Print shop. Feedback. Yorktown.
Can't stop the feeling when I feel it.
That's Justin Timberlake.
The French and the Americans surrounded outnumbered the British. Oops.
What's the struggle?
I don't know. Trying to figure out what's the best scripture. I guess that's fine. Henry stated that the heavy cannon fire took its toll on the British troops and that they could not retreat because they were surrounded. He added that the British Navy was turned back by the French Navy.
Henri. Henri.
The British understood that the Navy had let them down, believing that if it could.
Oh well, we know who we want for the Wise, right?
Who?
Washington and.
I think that's good, right? James Armistead. Oh yeah, okay.
Right. Cornwallis is the other side. What are you learning, Lisa?
Not a lot. I'm learning that something messed with my cognitive abilities.
I think you're just tired.
Feedback appears below each of your quotes.
Feedback. Push sec.
Yay!
Yeah.
How do I submit it?
All right, let me see. Before we go to the
Good work.
layout area.
Looking through your notebook, I see you have better quotes available for your story.
What?
If you want to work on it some more, go back to the editing desk to read your feedback and choose other
I
quotes.
mean,
if you want to publish your article now,
we could.
go to the layout area and
No,
follow
I'm
the
not
printing
doing
press
that.
to design
Okay.
the front page of your newspaper.
No, Moses, I won't be doing that.
No, I don't think I will. Before we look at the layout area and name our article, do we want to look at
If there
our
is a
old
new assignment, you
the
need
names
to finish
that
working
we
on your
chose for the
current
old
story
ones?
before getting another assignment.
I just think that on this 4th of July, we should be spending some time, in front of the TV with our family, watching Ironheart. We're on Disney Plus right now. I just think that the story of Iron Man and the story of Black Panther have converged in a beautiful way, to give us.
I don't know if you're allowed to say that.
What?
Is this like inspired by a bit you did before was it also during a Liberty's Kids stream?
Yeah. There was a Liberty's Kids stream where I kept on talking about how great Secret Invasion.
I see. I had forgotten.
It's one of my favorite bits.
What about this bit?
Which you should all give another chance, by the way.
Bulletin board, you can investigate
Secret Invasion?
that story.
Yeah, give it
There's
another
no new
chance.
assignment. Finish
Unfortunately,
working
you
on
were
your
cutting
current
out
story.
when you started the Ironheart
You
bit,
can
so
also
it kind of
select
failed.
the finished front page to see it or print it out.
Let's look at our old headlines. Boston Tea Party.
Okay, that's Boston Tea Party. Wow.
Great job.
Oops.
If there is a new... This is a copy of your published newspaper. Select the print button to print it out.
We're not gonna top that.
Speak for yourself.
If there is a new assignment on the bulletin board,
Lexington
you can
and
investigate
Concord.
that. This is a copy of your
Paul
published
Revere
newspaper.
was involved.
Select the print button to print it out.
I wish I could print it out.
I hope you guys really enjoy Secret Invasion.
I can't even like I usually click on OBS to mute, but I have literally just had to shut my mic off because I can't with this game. It looks like a bread clip, a bread, right? A bread thing.
Sure, man.
If there is
Paul
a
Revere
new
was
assignment on the
involved.
bulletin board,
Declaration
you
of
can investigate
Independence.
that.
Here, you read it.
This is a copy of your
It's
published
fucked.
newspaper. Select the print button to print it out.
That's good.
Plow deep while sluggards sleep. What?
What? Okay, don't mind
If
if
there
you
is a
do.
new assignment on the bulletin board,
Shut up,
you
Moses.
can investigate that.
Crossing the Delaware.
This is a copy of your
You
published
figured
newspaper.
it out.
Select the print button to print it out.
To be led.
That's good.
If there is a
That's
new assignment
Saratoga?
on the bulletin board, this is a copy of your published
Ain't over yet,
newspaper.
baby.
Select the print button to print it out.
What did we mean by
I
this?
think the game wasn't over.
We had 2 more to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there is a new assignment
Valley
on the bulletin
Forge.
board, this is a copy
Good
of your
time?
published newspaper.
I
Select
don't
the
remember
print
that
button
one.
to print it out.
All right, we got a lot to live up to with
If there
this,
is a-
with
you
this,
need to finish
this
work-
title.
This is the layout area where you can make your newspaper front page.
Okay.
look
Are these
just
the only
way
sketches
want
you took?
before you print it out.
I
Yeah.
guess this one's
Choose a
fine.
sketch for your front page and type in a headline. Publish the paper once you are finished.
We've done this
Okay, let me-
6 other times, Moses. Shut the fuck up. 5 other times.
Okay, let me try typing. Wait, I can't type. You type.
Oh yeah. Wait. What do we want? What do we want for this stuff?
Oh, I like the stars, the vaguely fascist stars.
Why are they fascist?
They seem very, futurist.
What about
Art
what
Deco.
about a tagline here?
I can't read these.
Fucking
You're going too
there's a
fast.
fucking bug
No.
on my sleep.
There never was a good war
monitor
or a bad
screen.
peace.
A spoonful of honey will catch more flies than a gallon of vinegar. I just saw the episode where they said that. These are Ben Franklinisms. Diligence is the mother of good luck. Well done is better than well said. Never leave till tomorrow that which you can do today. Whatever is begun in anger ends in
Yesterday you
shame.
said tomorrow.
Just to plow deep while sluggards sleep. We used that one before. There never was a good war or a bad peace. Okay.
I like the vinegar one. Sugar melts.
What about this
goes
ad
away.
here?
A lot of stuff being imported from London.
There's two things about imports.
Then do one of those.
Which one? Karen Morgan or Susanna Smits?
Susanna.
Susanna. What about this one?
Let's promote the lottery.
What about this one?
Eddie.
What about this one?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to read all of them then. All persons indebted to the estate of Joseph Linton, late of this city harness maker, deceased.
Yeah, that one.
And are hereby desired to discharge the same. And those who have any demands against the estate are likewise requested to bring in their accounts, that they may be adjusted to Martha Linton, executrix. What the fuck? This sucks. All persons indebted to the estate of Thomas Puckett, late of Oxford Township, Philadelphia County, are desired to come and pay their respective debts. Demands against said estate may be settled by Thomas and James Puckett, executors. What do these mean? Are these advertising funerals?
Nonsense.
Just imported in the skimmer, Captain Moss, and to be sold by Stephen Lewis at his store between Jones's and Hunter's Alleys, a large assortment of European and East India goods. Viz.
Hello.
A quantity of choice middling biscuit to be sold by Josiah Wallace, baker in Hunter's Alley.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
The middling biscuit.
Go with that one, I guess.
It's funny.
To be sold by Daniel Eddy below the drawbridge on Powell's Wharf. Choice Jamaica spirit, lemons, Florence oil, anchovies, capers, and sundry other goods. Or sundry? Sundry other goods? Sundry or sundry? Like sun-dried tomatoes?
Okay.
State lottery tickets may be had at Samuel Cooper's office opposite the Northside State House, where the prizes will be paid on demand. And we got Windsor beans, early peas of several sorts, and other sorts of garden seeds. Too many to enumerate, at Susanna Smith's. What's the headline here, Lisa?
Oils well, it ends well.
Huh?
Oils well, it ends well. Yeah, perfect. No. Oils well, it ends well.
Okay, are you sure this is it?
Yeah, last one of World of Liberty's good. And make it the other photo.
What? It's gonna sell 0 copies.
Going out of business. Who gives a shit?
It's going out of business sale.
Congratulations, James
What
and
the
Sarah,
fuck is
an
this?
excellent story. And I have a surprise for you. Guess who has returned from Europe to celebrate the official end of the Revolutionary War with us?
Henri!
Now that he's finished helping to get the peace treaty signed with Great Britain.
Ben Franklin! I can't believe it!
People with blue eyes be like,
Surprise! We've missed you terribly.
I have been away far too long.
He looks like he's just walking out of the
but
fucking
reading
psych
your
ward. Like
excellent
fucking padded
accounts
walls.
has
They always
hastened
look
the
like that.
passage of time.
It has been an honor for us to be apprentice reporters here, Ben. Moses
That's the
has
most
passed
awkward,
on all your
like,
wisdom.
hand position.
yeah.
Moses, haven't you told them the news?
I wanted you to tell them.
Tell us what, Ben?
For your great service in keeping the flame of the revolution burning brightly over these many years,
Oh my God.
Congress has agreed with me that you deserve a very special recognition of your endeavors.
Wow.
Not only are you now a full-fledged reporter,
But based on the number of papers your stories have sold, you are to receive a special award for
They're not
excellence
looking at
in
James and
journalism.
Sarah.
I don't
They're
know
looking
what to
at us.
say.
Looking at us.
I do.
They're looking at each other.
Yahoo!
This award represents our young nation's gratitude
What?
for your hard work in maintaining the spirit of freedom through your stories. A spirit that I am convinced will live
They winked
on
at each other.
as the United States of
I
America
think there's something going on between
shines
Thomas
forth
Jefferson and
the
Moses.
light of liberty.
What?
I think there's something going on.
Congratulations.
Thomas Jefferson.
You've done a great job covering important events of the
You
American
said Thomas
Revolution.
Jefferson
And
Moses.
Franklin.
You may print out any of your newspapers by selecting.
No, I said James winked
Select
at
Start
Sarah.
over if you want to play again.
I
You'll
still
need
think
to
there's
pay
something
close
going on.
attention though,
Start
because things may be
over.
a little different the next time around.
Wait, what?
No, they're not.
What do they mean?
Ryan, they're lying to you.
Hmm.
They want you to play the game again. They're just trying to trick you.
Hmm.
No, no. Well, see you guys for Liberty's Kids Year 5, the reboot.
Maybe. Probably not.
We'll play a different edutainment game on April 4th, whatever it
I played
is.
plenty of
July
entertainment
4th.
games already. I need to find another British versus US game. I want to do a 4th of July video that's looking at amputee, which is like surgeon simulator, but you're serving tea, and the Trump surgery and surgery simulator. So it's like those versus.
That's funny. Does that fall into like political
That's
satire?
surgeon simulator. It's Revolutionary War politics.
Well, we did we had some wins and we had some losses.
What losses?
We laughed and we cried.
What are the losses?
We laughed and we cried. We semied and we sweeted.
I don't like that.
I'm sweeting right now. You know?
Hergadurg.
You know, I'm from Switzerland.
No, you're not. And also, what?
I'm Switzing. I'm switching sides.
Switch it out.
I'm switching out over here, guys. You gotta help
Alright,
me.
before we go, I got another snack break. So, like I said, not as full circle as the other ones, where it was like, oh, it's all this stuff that we tried before. But there's 2 new red, white, and blue products here, so I gotta try them now.
Okay.
Red, white, and blue tropical punch sweet tarts ropes. Whatever, probably just gonna taste like sweet tarts ropes. But I also have red, white, and blue nutty buddies.
Nutty buddy.
Nutty buddies are like Reese's sticks, if you don't know.
There's a very early Devo song called Nutty Buddy. It like used to only be on bootlegs and stuff.
It also goes by the name Nutty Bar. This is really interesting to me because they've been doing a lot of stuff with Nutty Buddy recently. Nutty Buddy cakes, Nutty Buddy cream pies, but this is like a regular Nutty Buddy but with white chocolate. But they're just that's not what they're. It's not like a white Nutty Buddy. They've never done that before, as far as I know. It's red, white, and blue, which means there's red frosting or chocolate drizzle and blue sprinkles. I guess I'll try the sweet tarts first.
I got a little Nutty Buddy. I just realized that there's still a fucking OnlyFans link in my Reddit description. I gotta get rid of that before.
You want to explain that?
My Reddit got hacked, and yeah, it's an OnlyFans link in my description because of it. My name's listed as Gabriella now. What the hell? Okay, they changed so much.
Oh, these are good.
I could be Gabriella. Why not?
Oh man, these are some of the best sweet touch ropes I've had. This is a really nice flavor. It reminds me of like, it's more of a flavor I would. No, I was gonna say it's more of a flavor I would associate with nerds. I don't know why that would be true.
So did someone hack my account just to promote their OnlyFans?
Well, the OnlyFans is probably a scam.
Yeah. Weird.
Only scams.
Only scams. Have you heard the song Doop by the 90s band Doop?
No.
Pretty alright. It was like a one-hit wonder thing. It's sort of like proto-electro swing. I know of the X-Men character. I know who.
I said, is it about the X-Men character?
No, it's just like it's sort of like proto-electro swing. So it's like Betty Boop style thing. You know, it's scatting. Doobie doobie doo bap boop ba.
These are very good. This is a much more lackluster than it looks on the box. Thinner, and the design is just really weak. But that's how they're sold.
I just got an advert for Ironheart.
Yeah, from yourself.
Guys, let's talk about something serious for a moment. Ironheart needs your help, needs your support.
Use your parents' credit card information.
Ironheart needs your credit card information. Tony Stark made this in a cave with scraps.
The peanut butter is kind of getting lost.
That's a beautiful sentiment. Like a song lyric.
It's like a vaguely peanut buttery wafer with waxy chocolate. These are not good, actually. If it was just like a white chocolate Nutty Buddy, that would be good, but they're skimping on the peanut butter so much, and then the chocolate is low quality. Like the regular chocolate's already kind of waxy, but like,
watch out for Mr. Goodboy.
If there was enough peanut butter there, excuse me, if there was enough peanut butter, then it would compensate for the lackluster coating.
No, I did not. Check your ID. No, I did not. Check your ID. When you jumped into my playpen, I saw you swallowed up all my toys, all my toys.
I'm hearing 3 sources of music right now, and it's driving me fucking insane.
I went to a party once. And all my friends there had gotten high beforehand, and so like, at a certain point, I was just. I
don't see any peanut butter in this.
Thing where we were all just sitting in the living room, and they were all like, you know, melting into the couch and stuff, and I could tell.
There's nothing on this one.
The 2 speakers that were in the room were slightly out of sync for some reason. I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I just left.
Alright, yeah. I went to a meetup recently where... Never mind. Never mind. There was just someone just showed up that had a bad vibe. And I was like, I gotta get out of there. These are not good. I would not recommend them. I'm really disappointed. I like what they're branching out with Nutty Buddy, but this is like really low quality. I don't see any peanut butter in there.
Have you seen those purple Homer videos?
Yeah, I sent you those.
I think Janet sent me those.
It's Purple Simpsons.
Homer, you are purple.
Purple. And they're like mad that Lisa's not purple or something.
Why are they? What are they mad at Lisa for?
Being
purple?
being purple.
Oh man.
Well, this has gone on long enough.
Purple. Am I not purple enough for the Purple Club?
Good Sweet Touch Ropes. Bad Nutty Buddies.
I never had Nutty Buddies.
Nutty Buddies are really good, and in fact, now that I've finished one, I'm like, I would eat more. This is fine, but it's just I don't know. But it's not hidden like it should. We did it. We've learned about the Revolutionary War. What have you learned, Lisa?
There was a shitty TV show in the 90s called
Not the
Liberty's
90s.
Kids. Where is it from? The 2000s?
Yeah.
There was a shitty show in the 2000s. How it got a bunch of like celebrities on. I think
2002.
Oh, fuck, you see, because actually they got who voiced Ben Franklin in the show?
Walter Cronkite.
Yeah, because they had Walter Cronkite, they could get a lot of. They were that opened the doors for them to get a lot more.
I don't know if that's why.
No, that's what I read the article.
Really?
Yeah, according to this interview, he was like, "Yeah, we got Walter Cronkite as the voice," and then suddenly people like Sylvester Stallone were like, "Wow, Walter Cronkite's."
Well, they got Stallone, so now Schwarzenegger's like, "Well, I would do it too."
Sylvester Stallone was like, "Well, I could be Paul Revere," and so he was. And Dustin Hoffman, they offered George Washington to Dustin Hoffman, but he turned it down because he said he'd rather be Benedict Arnold.
And then the person who played George Washington's like no one, right?
What?
It's not a celebrity playing George Washington.
I don't know.
Let me see.
But you know that during the production of Captain Planet, during like the pre-planning stage, Tom Cruise heard about the show and phoned the producers and said, "Hey, I'd like to be the voice of Captain Planet." And they said, "Sure thing, man. Cool. Send in your tape and we'll review it." And then he hung up angrily, and his agent called back and was like, "That was Tom Cruise you were on the phone to. You don't just give him the job. He's the most famous actor in the world right now." And like, "Oh, sorry, we didn't know it was him."
Also, they probably would have been bad.
Yeah. Well, Captain Planet wasn't really good, so.
It's beloved.
I'm sure it would have been beloved with whatever his name is, Tom Cruise.
They did a crossover with OKKO.
Yeah, it's beloved. I'm not denying that it's beloved.
Really
Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it.
Captain Planet?
No, Liberty's Kids.
Ah! Fuck! Man, I tried to mute, but it just... Alright. I'm trying to see. It doesn't even say who voiced George Washington.
Institute. What?
Chip Cronkite's in the cast. I don't know who that is, but I assume... It doesn't say who voices George Washington.
the Thomas Fordham Institute published an article called "Bring Back Liberty's Kids." I haven't read it, but
How? They're
What-
old.
what do you
They're
mean?
old now, and they're 100 years older, and it's the Civil War.
yeah,
Revenge
They need to-
Revenge
they
of
need
King
to
George.
report.
It literally had one season, not like because that's it. They told the whole story in one season.
I think the article is just like telling people to like put it back in circulation.
It's a pretty dated show.
Motivated filmmakers could emulate Liberty's Kids with other periods in our history that children would find interesting as well as entertaining, and that they likely could relate to as well as learn from. Imagine a
I don't know
split
if we need
screen
that.
with kids on both sides, and the origins of and life during World War II.
No, we don't
Hoping-
need that. We definitely don't. We don't need a PBS Kids version of Hitler.
Don't we?
This is all. I feel like the Revolutionary War is just so that they're able to sanitize it just enough for it to work. That's not. You can't really do that with most wars.
Another approach might jump around chronologically and depict kids during the times of, and having lives changed by, key inventions such as telephones, the airplane, the TV, the internet, and the iPhone. When I was a kid, there was a Canadian show called Time Warp Trio that I was obsessed with because I love
Right,
time
based
travel.
based on the John Shushka books.
Sure, I don't know.
John Shushka,
I never saw the show.
classic
I never saw
author.
it.
This was on Discovery Kids.
I've only ever seen the show.
The
but
Time
I
Warp
didn't-
Trio show is awesome.
Yeah, I liked it a lot when I was younger. I haven't ever revisited it. It was a great premise. I like that sometimes you follow different characters.
What do you mean?
Sometimes there are episodes dedicated to the lady versions from
Yeah.
the future,
It's their descendants.
which I loved. What?
It's their descendants.
Yeah, exactly. I loved that as a concept when I was a kid. It blew my mind.
There's lore on the show. I think. Unless I'm
That
mixing
makes
it up with
sense.
Magic Treehouse. Yeah, it's great. I love John Cheska. Alright, well, see you next weekend for some Legend of Zelda Wind Waker.
I'll be there.
No, you won't.
No, but I will.
You won't know it, but I'll be there.
I'll be haunting you.
Good song. Alright, see ya.
This is a good song.